Hi everyone, I'm Southpaw and welcome to Southpaw's Saturday. Before we begin with this week's topic, I thought I'd talk a little bit about my username, Southpaw. It's a term for someone who's left-handed. I think boxers use it. If you're a boxer who's left-handed, you're a Southpaw. But it derived originally from baseball. Apparently, if a left-handed pitcher, something like that, there's a shadow towards the south. I don't really know why, but it means someone who's left-handed, and I thought it was really interesting first coming into the ace community because there were a proportionally higher percentage of lefties. Yeah, that was really strange and awesome. We're supposedly much more creative. So actually, as you'll notice by the different location, I got interrupted just there. Normally, I spend my weekends sewing while watching episodes of Doctor Who, but today I actually went to the mall and went shopping, and it was kind of interesting to me because my sister, she wanted to get new bras at Victoria's Secret, and I don't shop there because, I don't really need anything fancy. Who's gonna see it? But while I was in the store, all the advertisements, they have all these really scantily clad women and all this stuff, and it's interesting because that phrase, sex sells, and for most of society, that's really true. And it's just interesting having that outside perspective because, it's not working for us. Well, now I'm just having fun going to different locations. But the topic at hand is our particular brand of asexuality, and as I mentioned in my last video, I'm panromantic, and I didn't discuss what that means, I just sort of left it out there. But as some people have mentioned in their other videos, to me that means I don't care about a person's gender or lack of gender or any of those things. I'm romantically interested in a person's personality. That's really important to me. I would say that I sort of have somewhat of a strong romantic drive. I'm a bit of an expert in unrequited love, which probably a lot of aces have to deal with that. A lot of romantic aces have to deal with that kind of thing because, we're looking for something in a relationship that, most sexuals aren't looking for the same thing, so it's sort of a complication. And when I was in high school, it's interesting because I didn't realize that women had a sex drive. And that's sort of ridiculous because I grew up half an hour away from Manhattan, and so it's not like I was living in some small community. Not that that would be an excuse, but I actually thought that the world worked that, men had sex drives, men wanted sex, and women were like, oh no, I'm passive, I don't want to do anything. And I don't know why, that's just what I thought because that was my experience. And I didn't have very sexual friends either. When we talked about crushes, it was sort of, they would say, oh, look at that boy, he's really cute, isn't he? And I'd think, sure, he's aesthetically pleasing. Okay, I agree. But it was actually college, and people would say things like, oh man, that guy, I really want to get in his pants. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, those pants are 3 sizes too big for you. But actually I'm thinking, I don't understand it, they really want to have sex with these guys. And I'm thinking, oh, but you don't even know them. You don't know him, but it was that whole sexual attraction thing that we don't experience. And yeah, it was very strange for me being around all those people and realizing women do have sex drives, but I don't. And there's that whole, well, then what's wrong with me? Therefore, when I was in college, it took me a while to understand what I was. I went through that whole typical, since I'm not sexually attracted to guys, maybe that means I'm sexually attracted to women. And I watched The L Word, which is a really great show. And during all the, saucy sex scenes, I'd sit there and I'd think, that's really nice wallpaper. Or, yeah, I wish I could have that lamp in my room. That would go great. But, nothing, no feelings down there, no feelings up here. Just the regular, I don't get it. So, if I wasn't sexually attracted to men and I wasn't sexually attracted to women, then what was I? And thankfully, I just Googled asexuality on a whim when I was in 10th grade. And, when I was in, a sophomore. Getting so confused in my old age of 22. But, yeah, I found the Wikipedia page, and the Wikipedia page had a link to Avon, and it was a relief. Anyway, Avon helped me realize that it was normal for me to be romantically interested in, men, women, trans individuals, genderqueer, etc. And I was really happy about that. I realized that romantic attraction and sexual attraction are definitely two separate things, like love and lust. And I came out to my friends right there. I was living in a dorm at the time, and I was like, guys, this all makes sense now. This is who I am. And most of my friends were supportive. Some of them, thought I was repressed, but eventually they came around. And I'm out to my family members too. For the most part, they're supportive. I think they personally think that this is a phase I'm going through. But even I don't think it will. But even if my sexual orientation changes at one point, this is who I am at this moment, and that's really important to me. And actually, one of the reasons I wanted to do this, and thank you so much for voting for me, by the way, but a main reason I wanted to do this is because I didn't know about asexuality, and I really think these YouTube videos and other things will help get the word out to the general public, and so maybe people will realize early on that this is who they are, and they won't have to struggle with that whole, what's wrong with me kind of issue that I think a lot of us went through. So, I apologize for sort of rambling in this video, and it's not very professionally done, but I promise that my next video will be a lot better. And so if you have any questions for me or for any of us, you can leave a comment, and you should become a fan of Hot Pieces of Ace and all that stuff. And you should check out the website, asexuality.org. Again, I'm Southpaw. That's Saturday. And I think that's about it. I've actually never been in a relationship, despite having a pretty high romantic drive. It's another fact about me, but yeah. Watch us next week.